Hello everyone, this is Bijan, back with the sculpture, adding these tubes of clay for the fingers. The way I made this clays for the fingers is to use a garlic press. I purchased a garlic press and put some garlic, put some clay in it and squeezed it. A bunch of fine strings were coming out of it, but they were too small. So what I did was I glued some of the holes and left a few, like four of them. Well, I enlarged four of the holes to a bigger size, which is the one that you see over here I'm using, and glued the holes for the rest of the unit. Here is the garlic press. You can see four of those larger strings coming out. This one I'm kind of rolling it and pressing it towards the center with two hands, two fingers on each hand, trying to make it thicker for the thumb. Still didn't get thick enough, but good enough. Here I'm just making little small clay balls to put on the hand for the first set of knuckles, and then I would add some more for the second set. Using the rubber tool to flatten them. And here I'm using a bit of clay to indicate where the tendons on the back of the hand kind of disappear, going towards the wrist. And here are some clay balls for the second set of knuckles. Here I am using the heat gun to warm up the clay where the leg attaches to the body. I'm going to use screws to hold that leg in place. I have so many screws and stuff in there that I'm gonna have difficulty with this screw. It keeps hitting something. I don't know if it's hitting other screws or the armature wire inside. So I keep have to change the position and finally it goes through. Now the other leg has a bit of crack too. I'm gonna have to add a screw for that as well. That one went in without any difficulty. Apparently there wasn't anything in the way. Now I'm going to use that tool with a sharp angle to create a groove so I can put warm clay in there and fuse the two pieces together. I keep the clay in the toaster to do that. Here I'm using that torch to heat up the clay so this warm clay would really fuse with the other pieces and have a good grip. This clay cools off very quickly and solidifies, so that should hold it up pretty good. Now, this is a new tool I got, which is a rubber tool. It's stiffer than that silicone spatula I have. It's good for moving clays around and scraping some off. But my favorite tool is this silicone spatula. It's a mini spatula. Put it on the ground to make sure that those contact points are proper. Using that silicone spatula, I can also sculpt it. I can move that clay around and shape the muscles. If you look, you can see that the right side is much bigger. So I'm going to have to either scrape off, which is going to change the form, or use that blue rubber tool to move some of the clay from the right cheek onto the left cheek. Going to move mass from one side to the other. I guess that blue tool has its uses. It's not completely useless. The posterior superior iliac spine creates two dimples in the back. Creating a little groove at the back of the neck because the neck is pushed back like that. There are a lot of wrinkles, folds over there. They probably have to be deeper than that, but I'll deal with that later. Taking some of the clay off over there to show where the trapezius attaches to the scapula. Here I'm adding some clay to indicate the hamstring muscles. They need to be built up a little bit more than what I have there. If you look from the side, there should be a bit of a hump right there. The profile, the silhouette should show that. Here I'm preparing the area for the breasts, just building layer by layer to make sure that the form is proper. Here I'm using that tool to just show how the breasts are kind of overhanging, have a bit of mass overhangs that area. Here I'm using a small amount of clay for the nipples, and I got a candlestick and cut a little hole in there, and I pushed the clay down and also give me that nice round shape. Okay, we're coming to the end of this video. Until next time, cheers.